Previously on Dungeons and Drimbus. Wait, don't shoot. He walks over to the wolf. Is this the creature in question? This isn't your culprit. There's talk of madmen throughout these lands. There's a pond, in particular, that people often mention. No one dares to go near.
I just want to get this over and done with, so that once we're done, I can leave.
You hear a rustling in the trees as you continue down the trail.
What grows in my garden?
Oh, what?
A figure lands on top of the boulder, a hag raven.
Don't take my husband!
No, it can't be. Right? You look into the pond and you see a familiar face from long ago and a familiar little canine. Your brother Richter and your dog Coop. I can't believe it. It's been so long. You look just as I remember you.
Anyone know how... Please, can we get him out? How do we get him out?
You got something shiny on you.
I have a dagger.
RyAnna holds out the dagger and you see Richter and Coop disappear from the pond. I don't know how long we'll be stuck like this, but now I can be with you every step of the way.
I found my dog. Oh, yes.
Well, how about that? Well, he's all yours.
Thank you, but wait. It's Fenton, I thought...
Guess I never was a dog.
Look no farther than a man named Quentin! I thought this whole time you were my son. You tricked me. Don't you ever talk to me again.
Oh well, later, losers. I'm done here. He gives RyAnna the wolf. Here you go. You can have him.
What?
Yep. Sventon starts walking away.
You better not come back.
Sventon doesn't even look back. Quentin climbs into the front of the carriage as dawn breaks. He leans to the left and turns his head so that one eye looks at Jargen in the back. Goodbye, son.
Hey, Jargen,
Hi.
you got a little something underneath your eyes.
It was...
And, under the other one, too, it looks like.
Hmm?
The other eye.
Oh, what eye?
Yeah, Jargen, you're getting your eye patch all wet. Don't do that.
Okay. Alright. Cool. Thank you.
How does that work? I thought your eye was broken. I didn't know it could cry still.
Jeremiah.
What?
The tear ducts are intact. The stab wound didn't. I'm just blind.
Oh, all right.
Heartlock is just going to lean over to RyAnna and say, that was a very apt guess earlier.
Well, thank you. I agree. Come on. Yeah. Jargen, do you want to, look, I'm not upset that you kind of lied. Whatever. But
I didn't lie. I just didn't truth.
Okay, so but whatever, you kind of lied. But it's fine, I'm not upset. Do you want to talk about it?
Oh, for jeez, guys, I don't know. What do you want to know?
Jargen, allow me to say this. You stopped me point blank in my tracks and asked me to dump my entire backstory. So now it is your turn, in fact.
Ooh, got him.
Oh,
nice.
Can we all just share? Because I don't know.
Well, my backstory is standing right next to me.
Yeah, and I would just like to say I was really emotional the other day, which is
I know.
So I let out a lot. I think it's your turn.
I mean, I happen to be a little sad. If you want me to share first and that makes you feel better, I could do that for you, Jargen. Even though I got my doggy back here and I'm overjoyed to see it, Sventon and all, even though he lied to us constantly and almost made me forget about my little dog here and was an insufferable douchebag, I still felt the connection to him as my own child, my own son. So seeing him go and walk off like that, the insufferable douche that he is, I feel a little heavy at heart right now.
Then why did you send him away?
Because he lied to us. Heat of the moment.
I don't blame Fenton for leaving. He has really no reason to stay. You know what I mean?
He left anyway. He did that all the time.
I don't know. It bummed me out a little bit seeing you treat your son.
Yeah, it bummed me out too.
Yeah, well, at least he wasn't your real son, I guess.
But in a way, maybe he is my real son.
You two are way more alike than you think. No offense, but like...
Nah, Sventon's a douche. I'm nothing like him.
Well, maybe not the douche part, but, other parts. I'm gonna look at Jargen and Heartlock be like, right, wanna back me up here? No?
What parts have you seen?
No, not like that. You know what?
Well, according to Jargen, we both have the finest ass in all the land, so
All right,
I guess
all
that's
right.
a similarity.
No. Jargen, please, it is your turn. This is a safe space. If you want to share, you are more than welcome to. If you don't, I can't force you.
Jargen suddenly does like an awkward 12-year-old round smile and just kind of stares at you awkwardly and goes, What do you want to know?
Well, you can start by telling us your actual relationship with those two lovely people who just happened to...
Cool. So, those people were my parents.
Parents, yeah.
Okay. And... Jargen like walks away and paces frantically and then comes back and he goes, and my real name is Ronald Silversmith.
There it is.
Yeah.
Jargen, your voice sounds funny again.
Jeremiah.
Yeah, I know. That's my voice.
Do you need a cough drop? I could go get one from inside.
No, you know what? It's fine. We're good. And like they said, I left, and now I'm here in search of some skills.
What kind of skills? Like bluff and disable device, those kind of skills?
No, something a little more... God, I feel so wimpy. How did you all get into like the whole adventuring thing, you know?
I wanted to find my dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, after my brother disappeared and my girlfriend died, I got in some trouble with the law, I guess you can call them. Even though it wasn't my fault, but I had to run, so I ran and have been running ever since, I guess.
Nice. Okay.
Heartlock chuckles and says, "Some idiots tried to break out of jail next to me."
Okay, so you're all a little green around the gills. Great. Jargen Rockbottom has been adventuring for decades. Ronald Silversmith left home roughly less than a year ago.
What?
Yeah. So, sorry, I'm not ready to be that guy again. So, anyways, Ronald really wants, oh my god, this is so dumb. Okay. Ronald really wanted to be, a bard?
Hey, that's what I am.
Kind of. Like, a performer. Like, on a stage. And he wanted to be people he was not. But he grew up in, not royalty, but a wealthy family, and he had high connections and high expectations of who and what he was supposed to be, and so that wasn't really in the cards for him. And so he decided to become other people and to develop characters and actual life experience through adventuring. So he showed up as Jargen Rockbottom and signed up to deliver a cure so that he could play other people more convincingly.
Well,
you're doing a great job.
I was gonna say, if it means anything, you really did well throughout all of that.
I believed
Before.
you.
How did the Silversmiths feel about that?
Well, my dad, before they left, my dad said he was, I guess the boys told him, and he said he was proud of me. But I guess that's the extent of that, because he kind of left without saying anything, so there you go.
You know what, Jargen? We're proud of you, too.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I think the time has come, fellas. And I walk over to the side. I pull my pants down.
I'm sorry.
I've been holding this in for a long time.
No, please, no, please, no.
And I take a massive dump on the side of the road. And I dig through the feces that is being left over.
Please stop.
And I see a tiny little tooth there. And I bring it over to Jargen. It's been a long time, Jargen. But I think you're ready to have this back. Here you go, big fella.
Heartlock is just going to seethe and say, I was about to tell you all a very poignant story about how if blood were the only thing that makes family, life would be so much easier but less worth living. And then you had to go do that.
You literally took a shit all over Heartlock's story.
Oh, I'm sorry, Heartlock. Wait, let me just put this tooth back in.
No,
Jargen. You can tell
Jargen's
your
good.
story.
Jargen's good.
Here you go.
Jargen's good. He does not want the tooth back anymore.
You don't want the tooth back?
Nope. Nope.
I hit 0 health over this tooth, you sure?
I wanted it back when it was still pristine. I'm good.
Well, alright.
My daddy paid a lot of money for that tooth, is all I'm saying. I'll figure it out. I'll do some more jobs. I'll buy myself a new one.
Alright, I'll just put it in my pocket for safekeeping in case you change your mind.
Anyways, are you all done interrogating me, or...?
Well, since we know the truth, you could take that eye patch off now, right?
Okay. I could.
Alright, you don't have to. I was just wondering. I didn't know if it was uncomfortable or whatnot.
Listen, Ronald doesn't need the eye patch. But Jargen is missing an eye.
You're playing a character. I understand.
There we go, Jeremiah,
Yeah.
you see?
That's very good.
Yeah, we're learning something. Jargen is at 42. Ronald is 19. And Ronald goes inside the house to take a nap.
What does Jargen do, though?
Jargen follows.
Oh, alright.
RyAnna, you hear him like muffled from
Hey,
your
Ry.
pocket where you
Ry.
keep your dagger.
Oh,
hear me?
I'm gonna pull out
Right.
my dagger then.
Right, you don't look too good, girl. Maybe you should
What? What are you trying to say? Really? I haven't seen you in how long, and that's what you're gonna tell me? Really?
No, not like that. It's that you're all beat up. I think maybe I don't know what's going on, but I think maybe we should rest and catch up, see what's what you've been up to.
Yeah, well, I can't catch up if I'm resting, can I? No, but I get it. I get it. Fine. Yeah. He actually has a good point. I think we should all follow with Jargen and rest up.
Jesselyn's like, okay, yeah, we should get us going as soon as possible, but I guess we can rest for a few hours.
Wow, Jesselyn, you really had no feelings on all the rest of that. I'm just teasing. I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Shit. And Heartlock suddenly looks like he'll be sleeping in the doghouse tonight.
This is the first time I think I've heard him say shit.
Yeah.
Did someone say shit? I got plenty.
No.
Okay, I'm going inside. I'm gonna go rest up, I guess.
You know, Heartlock, the doghouse ain't so bad. From what I've heard, it's very comfy.
Well, I'm certainly not following a 19-year-old back to his room.
No, don't do that.
Oh wow, when you really put all that in perspective, things are really weird, aren't they?
Yeah.
Tumbleweed and I are gonna trot on inside and find a place to sleep.
So Jesseline takes the boys inside to let them rest. As RyAnna goes inside, the wolf follows at her feet. And as Jeremiah goes inside, Tumbleweed follows him. And you all rest up for a couple hours while RyAnna chats with her brother through the reflection in the dagger. Then they catch up on what they've been up to. A few hours later, you're all rested, full HP.
Yay.
And it's early morning. Giseline yells like throughout the house, like, we ready to go?
5 more minutes, Mom, please.
Tumbleweed starts licking Jeremiah away.
All right, I'm up. All right, I packed my little baggie and I got my tumbleweed. I'm ready to go.
So you head to the backyard once again.
Couldn't even make breakfast. Just have to go. All right.
Hey, this could be our last moment together in peace and quiet.
I know.
Final homestead here. Like, come on.
Right.
Do you just want to have like a nice big group kiss, or
Nope. Never mind.
Little
and
communal
RyAnna's gonna walk.
smooch?
RyAnna's gonna start walking. RyAnna goes.
Heartlock has been doing sun salutations already, so he's raring to go.
So you enter the stable and you find 4 fit, able-bodied horses. And each horse has a saddle big enough for 2. You see that there's a small sack tied to each saddle. And on a table off to the side, you see a pair of dwarven boots with a piece of paper with a heart drawn on it.
No.
I go look at them.
You inspect the boots and you see that these are not just any boots. First, for the stats, they raise your AC by 1, and they have secret compartments. You press a button, and the panels on the heels and toes retract to reveal the boots have tap dancing capabilities.
No.
You press another button, and the compartment on the side opens up, and the compartment is big enough to store like one small item, such as a knife. And tap dancing gives you +3 on performance checks.
Oh.
I got new boots.
Yeah.
You're sweating from your eyes again.
I'm sorry.
You know what boots are made for, Jargen?
What?
Walking. Put those bad boys on. Go on.
I will.
I thought you were going to say tapping, and that would have been so funny.
Aw. Well, I said walking. That was funny, too. Oh, Jargen, listen. I know you don't want the tooth, and that offer's still on the table, but tell you what, when we're done with this whole adventuring thing, why don't you come back with me down the road? We got a nice stage there that I used to perform on. Why don't you give a little show for the entire town? And I'll tell you what, in addition to your tap shoes, I'll go ahead and gift you my harmonica here. I think you'll make better use of it than I will.
Seriously?
Yeah, it'll be fun. And you all could come too. We'll all take a journey down the road and watch Jargen make a little performance.
Oh, Jeremiah. And he gives you a sentimental slap on the tuchus.
Oh, that felt decently okay.
Thank you. You can hold on to the harmonica for now, but thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, we've got a show to do, so let's go save the world first, and then go. We'll go tap. Sound good? All right. He does a time step before he hops on the horse.
Jeremiah gets on a black horse with Tumbleweed. Jago and Limu get on one horse. Heartlock gets on a horse, and Giseline gets on the same horse with him. That leaves us with...
There's only one horse left?
Hop up, lass.
I hate you, God. I'll get on this stinking horse.
That's right.
And the wolf, jumps into your lap as you get on the horse.
Brilliant.
Hold on just like you did with the sharks.
Alright, just go. We're not, this is...
You say just go, and before you even finish the sentence, Jargen goes, yeah!
Alright, my turn. Go, Sora! Yeah!
No. Jago takes the reins, and with his brother, they leave the stable as well.
Look at you, lads!
And then Giseline wraps her arms around Heartlock as he rides out of the stable.
Silver hair blowing in the wind. Also a little bit in Jeseline's face. It's like a little bit like the covers of those shitty romance novels. Also his bare chest is somehow exposed.
Everyone saddles up and you burst out the stable doors as you collectively ride towards Highclaw at full gallop. So you ride until about late afternoon. However, it's one of those days when the sky is kind of gray and it doesn't look like it's going to rain, but you can't pinpoint where the sun is either. It's one of those days. Off to the left, Heartlock, you see your old monastery at the edge of a tall cliff, all boarded up and abandoned. Your surroundings start to look a little familiar, and you all realize you have come to the outer part of the kingdom, the homes outside of Highclaw's walls.
Would it serve us to go check out the monastery?
What do you mean? What could possibly be there?
Maybe some poison?
I would like to make a quick stop if possible, but if we can't, that's completely fine.
Jargen immediately steers his horse off to the side toward the monastery.
I mean, since Jargen insists, I think we all have to do that.
Jago goes, Limu, look, we're almost home. Limu goes, we're coming, mama.
Jargen's gonna turn back around and he's go, Heartlock, make the stop. I need to see the boys home. I need to make sure they make it home safe.
Absolutely.
Okay, and Jargen's gonna head off with the boys.
I mean, I trust Heartlock and all, but in case there's baddies over there, should I go?
Might be a good idea.
All right, Heartlock, time for a little buddy cop journey over that way. Let's go.
I wait for no one, and neither does justice. Please hurry.
Oh, okay, all right, we're going.
Those following Jago and Limu, Jago leads your pack to a little house down the road. The two excitedly leap off their horse and run to the front door and knock. A cat boy opens the door, who looks older than Limu, but younger than Jago. And Jago goes, we did it! and hugs the boy at the door, and Limu hugs him too as they all breathe a sigh of relief. And then the boy at the door looks up to see the rest of the group, well, sees Jargen and RyAnna. Who's this? And Jago goes, these are our friends. They made the delivery with us. And Limu runs and pulls Jargen off his horse and drags him to the front door. Kavo, this is Jargen. He's gonna give us money to help Mama.
Jargen Rockbottom, pleasure to meet you.
The boy looks at Jargen, and then you hear from inside the house, boys, are you back home from your fishing trip? And Limu goes, Jargen, wait here, I'll be right back.
Okay.
And he runs inside, and Jago goes, okay, hold on, Limu. And he runs after him. And then Kavo continues to look at Jargen.
Hello there.
Kavo spits on Jargen.
Okay.
RyAnna's gonna jump off the horse and she's gonna get ready for whatever is about to happen. I don't know what's going on, but...
Jargen very slowly wipes the spit off his face with just like one dead eye staring at Kavo and says, have I done anything to offend you, lad?
You may have my brothers fooled, but I saw you. I know what happened.
Where?
You nearly killed Mama, you reckless...
What?
You're the one who trampled her in the street.
No, that's not...
You flash back, and suddenly you remember how you got to Highclaw. Riding into town, drunk on a stolen horse from a tavern not too far away. The wind in your hair, the sun in your face, and the scream of a poor woman being crushed beneath your horse's hooves. The scream startles you and the horse as it bucks you off into a pile of nearby barrels. You drunkenly stumble away, unaware of the townsfolk rushing over to aid the severely injured woman. Flash forward. Just give us some money and get out of here.
I'm sorry, I didn't know. And Jargen tosses him the bag with all of his gold. Give them all my best. And he hops on the horse. RyAnna, let's go.
I get on the other horse that the boys were on, and I follow.
He rides back to the monastery.
So as you get to the monastery, you see Heartlock and Jeremiah looking around, and they see, the monastery's all boarded up.
Don't mind me, I won't be long. He's gonna just do a series of, like, anime jumps to, like, head toward his little room / monk apartment.
He starts climbing the edges of the side of the monastery. Immediately, like, you see a lot of, like, spores everywhere, and there's a foul smell, and it's dark and dank, and, you see your old room, abandoned.
Is there a race car bed in the middle?
There is not even a mat on the floor.
Dang.
Heartlock is happy to sleep on, like, flat stone. But Heartlock basically just does, like, a judo chop through a board and pushes the board away and climbs into his room. And he goes, like, sorting through a small chest in the corner. And when he finally gets to the bottom of the chest, he goes, Thank goodness it's still here. He pulls out something from the chest, and it's this really kind of almost fungal-looking plant that kind of writhes in his hand as if it's still alive, even though it's been sitting at the bottom of a chest all this time. He clutches it in his palm, and then he kisses his fist, and then he tucks it away in a pocket. And then he kind of just climbs back out. All right. Nothing else left in there but memories and the bodies of my dead friends, but we don't need to get too long into that.
But most importantly, memories. That's the important part.
Right.
Did you find what you needed, lad?
I think I did. A dark shadow crosses over his face even in the morning light.
Jesline goes like, are you gonna make the poison?
Oh, okay. Well, since we are all apparently tuned into my motives as well as you are, yes. Yes, I am. I can do it right now if you want.
Go for it.
Are we on board with this plan? Is this a good idea?
Heartlock fulfilled his promise to me, and I am now at his service.
Yeah.
Are we sure this might not backfire on all of us?
Time out really quick. I would just like to... Can we just reiterate what it is that we are doing?
Yeah.
Just so we're all on the same page, you know?
Jesline looks at you, says one word. Regicide.
That's a strong word.
Heartlock looks as if he has, immediately cum in his pants.
Well, we don't necessarily know if there's anything that nefarious going on with this town, right? We know about the other one. I know they sent a bird over, but...
Jeremiah, let me ask you this. Are you still itching for that cure?
At the moment, my stats are beautifully fine, so no.
Did you enjoy craving the cure?
Not necessarily. I enjoyed the cure when I had it, but I didn't enjoy craving it, no.
Did you find it at all peculiar that it was distributed the way that it was, with no recipe, no mention of its side effects?
Well, yeah, maybe a little.
So here is my understanding of justice. Number 1, we get answers. We won't do anything until then.
Okay, I'm on board with that.
And if those answers are insufficient,
then we murder.
we execute justice. Or, as Jesline put it so poetically, regicide.
Okay, let's go get our answers. We don't know for sure yet if anything naughty's going on. Most likely, yes, but let's just hear them out first.
Jeremiah, have you lost everyone you have ever known? And everyone... And then his eye darts around quickly and he says, and almost everyone you have ever loved, to this horrible plague?
Not to the plague, no. I've lost my dog for a little while. That was heartbreaking, but...
Then he snaps and he says, well, then let me tell you a little something about justice. It is meted out by those with the will and conviction to do it. So if you cannot do that, Jeremiah, let me just take care of it as someone who can.
Guess what, Heartlock? I know you lost everyone. I feel really bad for you. I really do. That sucks. It does. But you going back and killing all the people that killed your friends, that's not going to make you feel any better. Maybe for a moment, but you're going to feel just as empty inside afterwards as you are now. That's all I'm saying.
I used to feel empty until I found purpose again, and I will see it fulfilled.
All right. If that's the path you chose, then fair enough.
Will that be all? And then he stands up so tall and firm with his fists clenched like you have never seen him before. This entire time he's been this kind of wispy monk, and now he stands absolutely singular.
We're gonna hear him out first. That's all I ask.
We will get answers. That does not necessarily have to mean we have to hear anyone out.
Let's cross that bridge when we get there.
Jesline goes, I think you better make that poison now.
Fine. He nods, and then he does a few more anime hops to an apothecary deep inside the monastery, and he starts making the poison.
Heartlock extracts until finally he is left with one very small dose of the Heartlock poison, just enough for one-time use, and he puts it into a vial.
That is all I need.
And he hops back out.
He just nods to the group as he gets on the horse.
Right, crew? Let's see how this goes. And Jargen hops on a horse.
I don't know about this, but let's go.
As you enter the walls of Highclaw, you see Highclaw no longer appears run down. The shops have opened up once again, and the people look healthy and happy, and it's almost as if there never was a plague.
Heartlock, do you think we might have jumped the gun just a bit?
Maybe a bit, huh?
Reopening during a pandemic far before it is safe to do so is a classic move from dictators.
I agree,
True, I can't argue with that.
but compare Highclaw before and Highclaw now, it seems some people have been cured, no?
But if it's the same cure that we have, then are they really cured?
Can we... And Jargen stops and asks someone on the road, basically from his horse. He just goes, "Excuse me, sir, ma'am, person, excuse me.
Yes?
May I inquire, when did you last drink of the cure for the Meyer plague?"
Oh, well, I personally, I never had the cure. I never had the plague. But they were giving them about a week ago out to the people. And yeah, it looks like everything's all cleared up.
I'm with the medical advisors, and I'm just curious, you or anyone in your family, anyone you know, any side effects?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
None. No itching, cravings, weakness, anything like that?
No. Why? Is there something wrong with the cure? Should we...
No, it's they're general precautions that we like to take, just to be absolutely certain that everything is going smoothly.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that makes sense. No, things have been really good now. Everyone's opened back up. It's been really nice. It's been so long.
Oh, thank you so much, Mom. You have an excellent day.
You too. And she walks on with her day.
Okay, I think they sent a phony cure to Longreach.
Well-
we'll find out. But something's not right if they had no cravings whatsoever.
I agree. I think something's off, but if they're all fine, it can't be a phony cure.
They could have manufactured something entirely different to send to Longreach.
To make any other kingdom absolutely dependent on Highclaw.
We also only asked one person who didn't even have it.
Well, do we want to spend the day gathering a larger sample size, or should we move on with the plan?
Oh, obviously we're going to move on with the plan, Jargen. Jesus.
Well, back while I was studying statistics down the road, I always learned to gather a large sample size.
I thought you didn't know what math was.
Oh, I don't. I know what statistics is, though.
Jeremiah, you know, another thing I learned about statistics is that statistically it is extremely unhygienic and almost much like the plague to take a shit on the side of the road and not even wash your hands and to offer up a tooth from inside it.
Oh, no.
While we're on the subject of statistics.
Don't worry, Heartlock. I spit on my hands. I gave it a good washing.
And this is how the Meyer plague happened. And he kind of just clenches his fist and walks ahead.
Well, I don't have any gold left, but if anyone wants to buy anything before our moment, now's the time.
Is there a potion seller anywhere?
There is.
I want to go there immediately.
You head to the town alchemist shop.
What you got, friendo?
Well, all we have right now is health potions for sale. It's very popular right now because of the recent events, so we have health potions for sale.
How many can I get with 114 gold?
Ooh, I'm very sorry, sir. The cheapest we have is 200 gold.
Are you kidding me, sir?
I am not.
Why is it so expensive?
It's...
No, why are you laughing? What?
Well, it only cures any wound ever, for ever. So, unless you get scratched again.
I don't believe you.
As she says, "I don't believe you," Jargen puts his hand through the hole in RyAnna's abdomen from the injury earlier.
Oh God.
Please don't do that. I would really like it if you did anything other than that.
It's not aggressive at all. It's like a little kid poking something. He just kind of softly puts his finger.
It still hurts.
Yeah, of course it hurts. There's a hole in my... I'm gonna swat your hand away. Stop
You
it.
swat it away, and then Jargen goes to poke through Jeremiah's hole in his abdomen.
Thank you for specifying where the hole is.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So, excuse me, Mr. Alchemist, on a scale of 1 to 37, how much health would you say this thing heals up here?
Well, I would say 4d4 plus 4.
That's very specific of you, thank you kindly. How about I bargain with you? we're in a bit of a pickle. We're heroes. I don't know if you're aware of this. We're here to cure the Meyer plague, and I'll take one of these bad boys off your hand for maybe 100 gold.
That's good, but you do realize that everyone is cured of the Maya plague now?
But slow your roll there, Pally. I don't know if that's 100% surefire thing. We're about to go find that out. Just for insurance. For insurance purely, I will take one of these bad boys off your hands for 100 gold.
9.
And I'll throw in a tooth.
Where did you get that?
Oh, don't worry about it, but I got it.
I don't like the smell of the tooth.
Jargen smiles at him a big toothy smile. You see the whole...
Oh wait, can I roll to bluff what the tooth is?
Sure.
18. Sir, what I have here is a magic tooth from down the road. You've never even been there before. You plant this in your backyard, a giant big old beanstalk's gonna grow to riches in the sky beyond your wildest dreams. Way up there in the clouds.
How? And why don't you just do that to get me the money to buy
I'm a hero, sir.
Jargen's gonna roll an intimidate to back up Jeremiah and support the bluff.
Go ahead.
That's a 24. He puts both his little dwarf hands on the table and raises himself up. And a shadow comes over his face and he says,
Are you questioning the boss?
Okay, I don't like how that tooth smells. I don't like how you smell.
I don't like how you smell.
That's just the magic on the tooth.
It's that stinky, funky magic.
Okay. 100 gold, throw in the tooth. You can have the health potion.
All right, here you go, sir. It was a pleasure doing business with you.
Smart move, buddy.
and Jargen walks out of the shop.
I walk out too with my health potion and my 14 gold.
Jeremiah, that was so much fun.
That was a lot of fun. I could see why you like pretending to be other people, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, can we tap dance at the next one?
Sure.
Okay, anyone else need any other pit stops for anyone?
Nope.
Okay.
To the palace.
Let's go.
You come to the entrance of the palace. The palace is surrounded by a moat, and the moat is surrounded by wooden pikes that jut out at an angle, and you are currently in front of a drawbridge that has been lowered, but there are two guards in the way, and one speaks. State your business.
We come with news for the King of Highclaw.
The king isn't seeing visitors today.
It's regarding his arrangement with Longreach. Time sensitive.
He looks at the other guard. And what is your name?
Ronald Silversmith.
The Silvers. Right this way, sir. Sorry to keep you waiting. And they motion their hands for you to cross the bridge. Yep.
Thank you. And he does so.
I'm following.
I'm gonna follow.
If you can imagine, Heartlock also followed.
So you walk across the bridge, you dismount your horses, and you enter Highclaw's royal palace. You walk up to the steps, you see the king, you see the guards around, and all of a sudden, all the spears point at all of you. It's him! It's the assassin!
What?
Chill out.
Chill out. The king stands up from his throne. Chill out. Heartlock Warren. To think all that time spent hunting you down, only for you to bring yourself right back at my feet. What brings you here?
What can I say? I've been caught. They're here for their bounty.
Was Benedictus not enough for you?
Heartlock smiles wryly. He was more than enough.
We've come to turn in the traitor and gather our reward.
Very well.
And Jargen is gonna get behind Heartlock and kind of push him forward. And I want to see if we can pull off a sleight of hand for the poison.
19.
You do it, no one notices. As two guards come to seize Heartlock, they start taking him away.
Now, you see, that traitor caused us a lot of trouble on our mission.
Indeed.
So I'd like to be there when you execute him.
Very well.
Now, Your Highness, may I inquire as to the state of your relations with Longreach?
Yes, well, first I wanted to congratulate you on a job well done. I heard that you had a bit of a rough patch, but you persisted and completed your mission.
Aye.
It was well done. As for Longreach, we've heard that they have received the shipment.
Did you?
Indeed.
Would you say you have amicable relations at the moment.
But of course, we came to their aid in their time of need.
And how has distribution of the cure gone around here?
Well, as you can see, quite well. And we have you to thank for bringing Longreach the same effect.
And the cravings?
Cravings?
The madness?
Madness.
Yeah, I got some mad shakes when I drank that cure over in Longreach, so a lot of these folks don't seem to be having the same side effects.
I see. I think, you all better come along with your friend Heartlock.
Why?
Formality.
Jargen puts his hand on his whip.
2 guards put the bars to lock the palace front doors.
Real quick, what do I see around the room?
So around the room, you see the throne room, and there are 6 guards. There is a commander at a balcony that you can't really get to.
Oh, where's the asshole with the staff?
Yeah, he's on the right. He's the right-hand man of the king, so he's on the right side of the king.
So are these the perfect acoustics for, say, tap dancing?
They are. 2 of the guards have Heartlock, and they have him like in the kind of the back of the palace because they turned around listening to this conversation. They've stopped walking.
Jargen turns to look at Heartlock.
Heartlock just gives the slightest nod to Jargen, basically to say it's going down.
And Jargen goes, well, I never go anywhere without some flair. And he swings his arms out and begins tap dancing around the steps in an attempt to distract everyone long enough for Heartlock to free himself.
Heartlock would like to take that opportunity to use the hide action.
Escape artist?
I have to escape first, yeah.
Yargi, you're gonna have to roll for that.
I just rolled a natural 20 plus my 11. That's 31 on tap dance.
I hate you.
Why? He was born to tap.
The room is frozen still as they watch lightning feet go around the room, echoing the tap dance of miracles from Jargen.
26 on escape artist.
Heartlock quickly anchors his arms, brings the elbows to his sides, and then turns his wrists out to break the grips of the 2 guards that are holding him down.
Okay, Heartlock makes a beeline to the king and raises his hand to Jargen.
And Jargen immediately tosses him the poison.
Excellent.
Jargen does a Michael Jackson twirl, and as he extends his hand, the vial of the Heartlock poison flies out of his hand. Heartlock catches it on his way towards the king. The king turns to Heartlock and sees him coming at him, and now roll for initiative.
16.
22.
17.
9.
Heartlock catches the vial in his hands, deftly thrown by Jargen, and then continues his sprint straight up to the king. He just twists and uncorks the stopper, and this silvery vapor, the same color as his hair, essentially wafts out of it, and he wants to just shove it up the king's nostril. I'm not exaggerating. 23. No, just 19. I was looking at Dex.
So Heartlock goes to shove the vapor into the king's nostril, and then a paw slaps it out of his hand.
Were it so easy.
And with his other hand, he extends his claws, and he goes to scratch at Heartlock. But Heartlock dodges out of that claw as it comes down at him.
By any means necessary.
For the 6 guards, I'm just gonna give you the colors because they're all cat folk. So this is their color fur. There's a black fur guard, a brown fur guard, a white fur guard, a gray fur guard, an orange furred guard, and a yellow furred guard. So the brown guard raises his spear and he starts charging at Heartlock. As Heartlock dodges the king's blow, a spear goes into his back, and that does 3 points of damage on Heartlock.
All right, I'm going to pull out my whip, use it for the first time. I'm going to aim for the poison to try to grab it and bring it towards me.
Roll, I guess, dexterity?
19.
You perfectly whip and return with the vial in your hand, in your possession. Up next is the white furred guard. He goes after Jeremiah, seeing him go after the vial. He stabs downward with his spear for some reason, trying to attack Jeremiah, and he spins out of the way. Next, we have the black fur guard. He too will try to go after Jeremiah.
God damn it.
And Jeremiah kind of whips to keep him back. Bad kitty.
And then the yellow furred guard charges at RyAnna, and RyAnna also ducks out of the way of his spear.
Jargen takes a deep breath, and he remembers his best buddy Daryl and the state that his kingdom was in. And suddenly, you see his tap dancing gets a little more fury, more filled with rage. As he activates his barbarian rage, puts one hand on the whip, and as he twirls around, wants to come around with it and whip at the king's paw that just swiped at Heartlock. Oh! I mean, that's gotta hit. It's a 19, and then that becomes a...
Roll for damage.
5.
Jargen, while tap dancing, instead of like a dancing ribbon, a flaming chain whip appears as he continues to spin and spin and spin, and he whips at the king's paw, and a spark comes out at the very tip, singeing the king's hand as he roars like a lion, and does 5 points of damage to the king. And the king's right-hand man comes to his aid and charges at Jargen. Jargen continues to spin in his flare. He accidentally spins himself onto the spear of the aiding right-hand man guard, and that impales him for 5 points of damage.
Do not pester me with your incessant stabbing!
Heartlock is just gonna smile menacingly at Tiberius and say, "Do you want to know what he said in his last words?" And unleash a flurry of blows on him. 17 and a dirty 20.
Roll for both.
Okay. 4 and 3.
Heartlock says his disrespectful quip, and he unleashes a double flurry of blows as he beats the king down, punches, kicks, the whole enchilada. And the king is throwing his hands up, attempting to block the blows, but it is no use. Heartlock is too fast. And now the king retaliates. He pounces onto Heartlock as he roars and then beats into Heartlock's face with his claws. And that does 8 points of damage as the king roars out.
I take it you don't want to know then.
I am the sound of justice.
Ooh.
The brown furred guard goes to attack Jargen, and this time a spear comes down onto your toe. You're still standing, but like he's trying to keep you from moving away, and that does 5 points of damage.
I'm gonna try shooting at the brown cat again. 17.
Roll for damage.
5.
The brown cat is keeping Jargen pinned. He has the spear in Jargen's foot, and then RyAnna quickly releases another arrow, and that flies into the side of this guard. He stumbles back, releasing Jargen from his pin with the spear.
Oh, thank you, lass.
Anytime.
I'm gonna play Heroism, my little ditty here. +2 on attack, saving throws, and skills for everybody.
Jargen taps along.
The end.
As Jeremiah continues to play the ditty, the white fur guard goes and tries to stab at Jeremiah, and he jumps onto his spear and continues to play his song. The black fur guard goes trying to stab at him as well, and Jeremiah spins and ducks out of the way as he continues to play his mighty song. The yellow guard goes and tries to dogpile on Jeremiah, and he ducks down as the guard pounces over him, and he plays.
And Jargen, to the beat of the tune that Jeremiah is playing, begins whipping at the king like a bad kitty. 21.
Roll for damage.
8.
Jargen sees the king pounced on top of Heartlock and pounding into him. Jargen goes,
Bad kitty! Bad kitty!
he whips at the king, and the king is distracted by these hits as he does 8 points of damage, and Heartlock, taking advantage of him wincing in pain, pushes him off so that Heartlock can stand back up.
He is really getting into a rhythm with this bloodlust and unleashes another flurry of blows with his knees and elbows. 18 and a 17.
Roll for both.
4 and 5.
The king, after getting pushed off, the Heartlock recovers to his feet and now gets more aggressive. Forgets the whole fists and feet thing. Now it's elbows and knees. He puts one hand behind the neck of King Tiberius and with his elbow starts ramming it repeatedly into his nose. And then he puts him in an A-frame and starts kneeing him in the stomach repeatedly. for 9 points of damage. You see Jesline is actually in an intense fight with the guard on the balcony above. She and him are continuing to duke it out. And the king is helpless as you continue to pound on him. However, the brown furred guard is coming to his rescue. This one, he slashes his spear horizontally, cutting across your arm. And that does 5 points of damage.
RyAnna wants to shoot at the brown kitty again. 18.
Roll for damage.
5.
RyAnna sees the guard going after Heartlock. She takes aim, squints her eyes, focuses, and an arrow flies into the back of the guard's head. His eyes roll up as he falls to the ground dead.
Bad kitty.
As usual, righteous lass.
Thank you.
And Jargen dabs.
No.
Suddenly, all the guards that were attacking Jeremiah begin to close in on him, and as they get closer and closer, they corner him against a wall. And then Jeremiah quickly whips out his harmonica and blows. And his harmonica goes off like a flashbang as his harmonica casts a blinding light spell. Jargen, it's your turn.
He likes his winning strategy, and he's going to keep whipping at that king. That's a 30.
Yeah, roll for damage.
4.
He whips one time, and he knocks the crown off the king. And then he whips again, and it burns like the throat of the king. And that does 4 points of damage as he roars. The yellow-furred guard doesn't like what you're up to and drives a spear into Jargen's whipping shoulder for 6 points of damage.
Damn it!
Heartlock watches the crown get knocked off his head and cackles, going, "You will die many deaths of spirit before I kill you." And then unleashes another flurry of blows. Oh, crit. Okay, so crit and 19.
Roll for both, baby.
I rolled a 5 on the first die, so double is 10, and then I rolled a 1 on the other. So 11 total.
So Heartlock is attacking the king with these sweeping and mimicking kind of claw strikes like the king did, left and right, and then he grabs the silver mane of the king, pulls up, and then yanks down as he crushes his jaw onto his knee for 11 points of damage. And the king bites his own tongue.
It's the worst when the cat gets his own tongue.
Brilliant. And the king is unable to recover from that one.
Jargen is going to try a little fancier maneuver, and basically he wants to whip at his neck and get it to wrap around so it stays stuck and continues to burn him. 23.
Roll for damage.
3.
Jargen power slides so that he ends up behind the king that Heartlock is beating into. He wraps his chain whip around the king's neck, and the king, he reaches up to grab at the chains that are wrapped around his neck, trying to pull it so he can breathe, but he's gasping for air, and fire starts pumping across the chains and starts burning him at the throat as he is suffocating for 3 points of damage, and Jargen yanks him back onto the ground, chains still whipped around his neck.
All right, well, Heartlock is enjoying this double teaming action. How does he look, by the way?
Not good.
Okay, so Heartlock calls out to Jargen, "Let's finish this!" and unleashes another flurry of blows. 16 and 18.
Roll for both.
5 and 3. So I imagine at this point, Heartlock has just moved on to straight up just like stomping.
Heartlock stomps, breaks the kneecap of the king, breaks another kneecap of the king, breaks the hand of the king as he's on the ground. Jargen stops pumping the flame through his chains, and you grab the chain wrapped around this king's neck and you pull him up towards you. So the king is now on the ground looking up at Heartlock as he's looking down on him, and Heartlock raises his glowing fist with the now red energy pulsating through it, and you look at the king and he's all bloody, his nose bloody.
Heartlock says, "He begged. He said he was sorry. But you know what? Justice doesn't care." And then it just jams his index and middle fingers into the eye sockets.
Heartlock extends his middle and index finger, and you see the energy pulsating out of that, and he jams the two fingers one into each eye as the king roars and he kicks his broken feet and waves his arms around defenseless. He roars so loud for so long, you see the breath escaping him, and it is his last breath as he falls limp, and Heartlock just kind of throws him to the floor.
You hear that, lad? That's the sound of justice.
It sounds so sweet.
I don't know. It sounds a lot like revenge to me, but the wordplay is all semantics, right?
Commander, look! Suddenly, the guards stop attacking you, and more guards run in, but they run past you out the front door. And through the giant windows of the foyer, you see a volley of fireballs raining down onto Highclaw. The sky now appearing red.
What?
Malachi.
Structures are being completely destroyed left and right. Townsfolk are fleeing in fear. What do?
Can we run to see where the fire is being flung from?
So you go outside, you walk across the drawbridge, and you see, marching towards you in the distance, a horde of pirates.
Yep.
Shit.
Behind the pirates, a dozen pirate ships on the water, catapulting fireballs. And who else at the front of the horde but the Mad Dog himself? Malachi walks towards the palace menacingly. 50 or so pirates charge towards the palace, killing guards along the way. Malachi walks down the middle as waves of pirates run past him. Roll a spot.
5.
17.
18.
Natural 20.
Jeremiah, RyAnna, and Heartlock. You see a flame burning from Malachi's hand as he heats up his dagger with the flame. The commander yells, "Raise the drawbridge!" What do?
Heartlock turns to the rest of the group and says, I have nearly finished my task. I am at your service.
Jargen, what do?
We need to get support of every soldier that we have. We need to get back into this castle.
As the drawbridge is raising, you quickly leap over the gap across the drawbridge back to the castle side. You make it to the other side of the drawbridge, and as it's being raised, you hear dozens of bolts fly into the bridge as it stands up 90 degrees. World War II shit. You run inside, and a volley of arrows crashes through the front windows. And you hear swords clanging from the outside. You see a stairway behind the throne that goes down.
I run down.
I do the same.
I'm following.
All right, I guess.
Is Jesline coming?
Jesline is coming with you guys. The wolf is with you. Tumbleweed is still with you. TT is with you. As you run down the stairs, you hear the front doors explode behind you. And you run down the stairs and continue down a long hallway lit with torches on the walls. You hear chains rattling not far behind.
Oh.
You come to the end of the tunnel and the path goes left or right.
Oh no.
Do we see anything down either passageway?
No, not from here.
Alright. I hate to say this, but Jeremiah,
Yes.
I trust you.
Wait. Wait, don't leave this decision up to me.
Which way should we go?
Wait. Heartlock, what do you think?
Always to the left.
RyAnna?
Yeah, the left.
Jesline?
She grabs Heartlock. Let's go! And she runs to the left.
All right, I'm going right.
What?
Bye.
What?
I go left.
I'm going right. Come on, Tumbleweed.
Okay. Everyone else going left?
Yeah, because we're not dumbasses.
Okay. Everyone but Jeremiah, they run to the left, and you keep running down the path. You hear the chains not far behind, and you come to what looks to be an alchemy lab. Chemicals bubbling in test tubes all throughout the room. At the back end of the room, there's a court doctor from the first episode. The court doctor is working over a cauldron. And to the left, you see a red portal humming and pulsating. And to the right, you see an obsidian orb with red, glowing veins floating 6 inches above a pedestal. The court doctor turns around and goes, "You are not supposed to be here!" And you hear the chains getting closer and closer. And he goes to throw a glass beaker at you. But as he does, the chains get louder and louder, and Grumbo leaps from behind you, and you duck out of the way, and Grumbo pounces on the court doctor, and the two of them crash into the pedestal, knocking it down. The orb falls to the ground and shatters. The portal slowly begins closing. At the same time, the beaker flies out of the doctor's hands and crashes into a wall, and a green gas begins to fill the room.
I jump into the portal.
Remember when I said my justice is nearly complete? And is gonna try to kill the doctor.
Oh shit.
16 and 8.
A roll for the 16.
6.
Portal's still closing. Heartlock pushes Grumbo aside and then picks up the court doctor by the collar and starts pounding his face. Slams his head on the table.
I'm gonna knock all this shit over.
RyAnna, what are you doing?
There's not enough time. Damn it.
Heartlock is gonna look at Jesline and say, Jesline, go! And toss her the file of Heartlock.
Jesline puts her hands on his shoulder, let's go, come on.
And yeah, Heartlock yells, Jesline, just go! And he pushes her back super violently, and she's kind of like, feelings are hurt, and she caught off guard and surprised as she stumbles into the portal, falls through backwards.
I jump in the portal.
You and the wolf run to the portal. As you dive through, you hear, come back, you cowardly cur! And then you see a flash of red, and then silence. Heartlock, the horde of pirates, storms through, and
No.
you are torn to bits as 50, hundreds, thousands of pirates storm through the castle.
Get this fool off of me.
And they get you off of him, but then they also start stabbing into the court doctor as well and killing him. And Grumbo scurries away. You are just impaled against the table with like 12 knives in Heartlock. He's lying down on the table.
With a smile on his face, though.
With a smile on his face. Jeremiah runs down the hall. He's going for the doors, but they're locked. They're locked. He sees that these are the cell doors and they're all locked. And he grabs Tumbleweed and he holds him close. He's like, this is it, boy. Okay. You hear like the rebel yell of the pirates. As they run down the hall towards you, Malachi's beasts out of the Bible, just they're pirates, but they're shooting flames out of their hands. Some of them are enlarged, some are shooting lightning and ice out of their fingertips. And this whole entire horde closes in on Jeremiah, and you can guess the rest.
And now an advertisement from His Royal Highness, King Tiberius.
Clara Jean Kelly, Queso Loco, November Sky, Jerry Benetatos, Terrence Knox. Your patronage is very much appreciated. Support the show by going to whimsicproductions.com or checking the link in the description or the show notes. And don't you dare forget to tweet using #Drimbus to get a free sticker. Stay tuned for the grand finale of Dungeons and Drimbus' production of Deliverance.